Good evening, I'm Sarah Sapsanama. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. Patients bearing the brunt as the number of doctors yet to be increased despite growing requirement. Doctors meanwhile leaving the country for better jobs abroad. Internal demand for cement lowest in a decade's history. Industries at risk of being shut down due to failure to export. Industrialists urge the government for efforts to export to India. Fighting continues in the Gaza Strip despite first UN Security Council resolution calling for a ceasefire. Israel claims the resolution has damaged negotiations with Hamas. And Nepal clean sweeps T20 series against Ireland A with a 71 runs win in the second match played today. Wraps up its preparations for the ACC Premier Cup. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Foreign Affairs Naren Kaji has met with his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi. At the meeting, the two leaders evaluated on the bilateral relation, expressed commitment to strengthen it, and also dwelt on the implementation of various projects that were agreed upon during Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal's China visit. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has said efforts have been made to scrap the loans taken for the construction of Pokhara International Airport. Minister Shrestha is also to hold meetings to discuss on the implementation of BRI project and the potential for other collaborations. Earlier in the day, Minister Shrestha had extended invitation to Chinese investors for the investment summit, saying that Nepal is an ideal destination for Chinese investors to invest on and that the Nepal government was willing to facilitate investments. Minister Shrestha is on a 9-day official visit to China as he is also scheduled to attend programs at Chongqing, Tibet and Sichuan province. Thousands of workforce in the health sector, including doctors, nurses and other health professionals, are generated in Nepal annually. However, health institutions across the country report lack of skilled staff. The government has been unable to mobilize the required number of workforce, even though the country generates around 12,000 graduates from 90 different medical education institutions from across the country. Around 6,500 medical students get enrolled in 90 different medical institutions across the nation annually for undergraduate, postgraduate and higher education. 11 diploma-level medical programs are conducted in 285 educational institutions under the Council for Technical Education and Vocational Training (CTVT). This generates around 5,500 medical professionals, 30,000 MBBS doctors and 4,883 BDS dentists that have been registered so far at the Nepal Medical Council. Likewise, there are 10,588 specialized doctors. A total of 105,000 nurses, including specialized nurses, have been registered at the Nepal Nursing Council. Meanwhile, there is no data on those who still are in the country. There are also 5,614 professionals in Ayurveda. 137,683 medical professionals have been registered at the Nepal Health Professional Council. According to the entity, permission had been granted for education abroad to 1,672 for MBBS program, 592 for medical specialists and 350 for nursing between the fiscal year 2077-78 and 2080. The Council has projected that 63,225 health professionals are currently required for the country. Data shows that educational institutions have been generating the required workforce. However, the government has failed in their proper management. And in this context, in our Public Voice segment, today we've asked people in several provinces how easy is it for them to find doctors at their local levels. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
सामान्य बिरामीको लागि त त्यति धेरै चाहिँ चासो दिए जस्तो लाग्दैन जटिल केसमा चाहिँ नि सेवा र सुविधा चाहिँ राम्रो छ
नर्सहरु त विदेश गइराखेछन् कहिले एकदमै बढी पलायन भएन उनीहरुको स्यालेरी नि कम भएर
जसरी चाहिँ बिरामीको टेक केयर गर्न पर्ने थियो समयमा जान पर्ने थियो त्यस्तो काम भएको छैन
बिरामीको अवस्था अब इमर्जेन्सीमा कुडी राख्दाखेरि पनि डाक्टर नर्स खोज्न जानुपर्ने बोलाउन जानुपर्ने अवस्था रहेको छ
ग्रामीण क्षेत्रका स्थानीय तहहरुमा सहजै रूपमा डाक्टरहरु नर्सहरु पाउन मुस्किल छ
हस्पिटलमै त अब पाउनै गाह्रो पर्छ अब गाउँपालिकामा पाउने कुरो त छँदै छैन।
डाक्टर साहेबहरू 4-5 जना छन्, एमडी डाक्टर नै छन्, एमडी डाक्टर साहेबहरू हुनुहुन्छ, त्यहाँ नर्सको सुविधा चाहिँ छैन।
गाउँहरूतिर जान्छौँ यही पर्सा जिल्लाको त एकदम असाध्यै न्यूनतम सुविधाहरू छ।
कहिलेकाहीँ त भेटिन्छ, कहिलेकाहीँ चाहिँ भेटिँदैन, कहिले चाहिँ नभेटेको बेला चाहिँ अब त्यसै मेडिकलतिर गएर औषधि किनेर फर्किनु पर्ने अवस्था पनि हुन्छ।
औषधि मूल्य हामीलाई गाउँघरमै आइरहेछ, भेटिन्छ, अहिले उपचार पनि राम्रो हुन्छ।
नर्स र डाक्टरको सुविधा अलिअलि पाइरहेछु, पूर्ण रूपले हामीले पाइरहेको छैन।
नर्सको सुविधा ठिक छ, डाक्टरको हेल्थ चक्राइ अलि बढी छ।
दरबन्दी अनुसारको डाक्टर छैन र उपचारहरूमा धेरै हामीलाई सहज छैन।
The five-party ruling alliance have reached closer to a power-sharing deal for leadership at 7 provinces. Leaders have said that an understanding has been reached between the ruling CPN-UML, CPN-Maoist Centre, Janata Samajwadi and CPN Unified Socialists regarding the power share. CPN-UML is said to lead Koshi, Gandaki and Karnali provincial governments, while CPN-Maoist Centre will lead Bagmati and Lumbini provinces. However, a final decision has yet to be made. CPN Unified Socialists and Nagarik Unmukti have staked their claims for the leadership of Sudur Paschim province. Janata Samajwadi will lead the Madhya province government. Ruling partners have geared up to reach a conclusion in this regard by tomorrow. Maoist Centre spokesperson Agni Sapkota has said that the party's secretariat meeting has been scheduled for tomorrow to finalize the province government's leadership and the candidates for the upcoming by-election in Ilam and Bajhan. The State Affairs and Good Governance Committee of the Parliament has summoned Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister Ravi Lamichhane for discussion. Chair of the committee, Ramhari Khatiwada, has said that the Home Minister has been summoned at 11 a.m. tomorrow to take stock of the recent works done by the Home Ministry. Lamichhane's secretariat has confirmed that a letter had been sent by the committee and that the Home Minister will attend the meeting tomorrow. Committee Chair Khatiwada said that Home Minister Lamichhane has been summoned amid recent trend of arresting individuals on various charges and releasing them. It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before today's question, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday we asked you, why have issues of the land list that should have been addressed with inputs from experts been politicized? 32% voted for option A, to create a vote bank, 62% for B, to employ cadres, and 6% for C, complicated issue. And here's today's question. Why have top brass leaders not prioritized removing obstructions at the parliament? Your options are A, adamant parties, B, focused on power sharing, and C, apathy towards public's issues. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. The government had included cement in the list of exportable items since the fiscal year 2076-77. Industries other than those who have been exporting cement to India have limited the production to 30 to 40% of their total capacity. Construction of private residences have been declining amid decrease in consumers' purchasing power. A number of cement factories that had made the country self-reliant are in the verge of collapse, while many others that have been shut down. Meanwhile, industries that have been exporting cement to India have been operating in full-fledged and have been generating profit. The country has the capacity to produce up to 42,000 tons of cement on a daily basis. Industrialists say that if exports is guaranteed and all industries are operated to their full capacity, cement worth 150 billion rupees can be exported annually. Only Palpa, Sarbotam and Argakhachi cement industries have received the standards compliance mark from India for export. Other industries in the country have applied for the same. However, India has not granted permission. The Ministry for Commerce had held a dialogue with the Indian side during the Intergovernmental Subcommittee meeting on January. However, a response is still awaited. 120 cement factories have been registered at the Department of Industries. However, only 50 are in operation. Cement industrialists have been compelled to close the factories as construction works of large projects in the country remain halted while their produce cannot be exported to India. It is time now for international update. Fighting is continuing in the Gaza Strip despite the first UN Security Council resolution calling for a ceasefire passing on Monday. The US abstained from the vote, allowing the motion to pass, leading Israel to cancel a meeting in Washington. Israel said this morning, in fact, it had carried out attacks on more than 60 terror targets over the past day. It says Hamas's apparent rejection of the latest truce proposal that would see some Israeli hostages released shows the damage done by the UN resolution. Hamas says it is sticking to its original position, calling for a full ceasefire and laid out terms Israel has called delusional. Qatar says talks are ongoing between Israeli and Hamas representatives via mediators in Doha aimed at ending the fighting. In Gaza, witnesses say Israeli warplanes bombed the southern city of Rafah. Palestinian media report at least 18 people were killed in an airstrike on a residential building. Elsewhere, fierce gun battles raged around hospitals in nearby Khan Yunis and Gaza City. Search and rescue operation is ongoing following the partial collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in the U.S. city of Baltimore after a ship collided with it. Authorities say at least 2 people have been pulled from the Patapsco River after the crash, with 1 seriously wounded. At least 7 are feared to be in the water, while sonar has detected the presence of submerged vehicles. The Singapore-flagged container vessel Dali was minutes into its journey to Sri Lanka's Colombo after departing from the port of Baltimore along the Patapsco River. Multiple vehicles were on the bridge at the time, including one the size of a tractor trailer. The U.S. President has responded to the incident, posting on X that he had convened senior members of his staff for a briefing. About 527 GMT, a container ship collided with one of the pillars supporting the Francis Scott Key Bridge in the city on the east coast of the U.S. Cars using the bridge fell into the river in the incident. It is time now for another short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's time now for Sports Update.
Sports News.
Nepal has clean swept the T20 cricket series against Ireland. In the match held today at Tiu Cricket Ground, Nepal won the second match by 71 runs. Earlier, Nepal had won the first match by 5 wickets. Nepal had won the toss and opted to bat first, posting a victory target of 199 runs, losing 7 wickets. Openers Kushal Bhurtel and Asif Sheikh partnered for 34 runs. Asif was able to contribute just 11 runs. Kushal scored 25 runs in 16 balls. Both were sent out by Matthew Foster. Anil Shah that entered the field went out after scoring 12 runs. Skipper Rohit Paudel and Gulshan Jha partnered for 71 runs as Gulshan scored a personal 46 runs and Rohit 33. Matthew Foster claimed 3 wickets for Ireland A. Ben White took 2 and Fionn Hand and Gavin Hoey each claimed 1 wicket. Chasing a victory target of 199 runs, opener Stephen Doheny went out for 26 runs. Ross Adair contributed 17 runs, Cade Carmichael 18, Morgan Topping 21, Neil Rock 17 and Gareth Delaney 15. Sompal Kami and Kushal Malla each claimed 3 wickets in Nepal's win. Karan Kisi, Kushal Bhurtel and Vivek Yadav had a wicket each to their scalp. Nepali women's cricket team is to play in the Asia Cup despite losing to host Malaysia in the ACC Premier Cup semi-final. Based on the original plan of Asian Cricket Council, only the finalists were to qualify for the tournament. However, the council raised the number of participants with the intention to uplift cricket, make the sector more equitable and raise competitiveness. With this, the 4 semi-finalists of the ACC Premier Cup, Nepal, Thailand, Malaysia and UAE will be playing in the Asia Cup. 8 teams will participate in the tournament to be held in Sri Lanka in July this year. Nepal is in Group A alongside India, Pakistan and UAE. This will be the first time Nepal has qualified for the tournament. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.